want to make sure everyone's got their credentials. Ready to go? All righty, now the coach is settled. We will open it up to questions. Sam, you want to start us off? Sure. We'll go to you.
So even in a 30-point win the other night, what would you like to see improved from that outing before you guys play your first regular
Oh my
season
gosh,
game?
so much. That was not a scoreboard game by any means. That was more of of us getting better for sure. Turnovers, no doubt. And we've got to take care of the basketball. I think our shot selection has to be much better. And that's going to take some time with so many new kids. And so many young kids that can score it, right? They've got to figure out the difference between a good shot and a great shot and just be patient with our offense. So that will be a huge thing. I think rebounding the basketball, particularly offensively. I mean, we were pretty shorthanded, and particularly in the post position. So it was difficult for us to offensive rebound, but we still have to crash the boards much harder and get second chance opportunities. And then I thought our defense was okay at times. I thought we held them to a pretty low score, but I thought that the third quarter we defended really, really well until like the last 3 minutes. So just being able to defend with some consistency throughout the entire game, I think is going to be important. So there's a lot of improvement to go after that game for sure.
Coach, what are the things that you saw from that game that made you say, okay, we're where we want to be here, and we've shown the growth from Greece?
Yeah, I certainly don't want to jinx ourselves, but I thought we shot the ball really well, particularly from the three-point line. I know that we've added a lot more shooters, so we're going to be able to do some more things as far as it goes, from the perimeter to be able to score it. So I think that that was a positive for sure. I thought the fact that we settled down and, didn't let the close game at halftime rattle us. And I thought we did exactly what we were supposed to do coming out of the third quarter of really defending and then executing on the offensive end. So I think those two things, particularly just being able to control the game and extend it when we needed to and handled some adversity early, I think is huge.
Speaking of that, there were so many games last year that you had runs to the third quarter, and you had it including big games here at the USA, and then the fourth quarter things fell apart. Have you seen the growth in this team where that third quarter hump won't be the one where you fly off the edge?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's yet to be seen yet, right? Because we haven't been able to play any games yet. But that's the hope. I mean, I hope that our depth will help us so that we can sustain it a little bit longer. And then obviously, we've got to take care of the basketball. And I think that's the thing last year that hurt us was in crucial situations, we'd turn the ball over or miss a block out or something like that was very discipline oriented, in my opinion. So I think that we are going to be a more disciplined basketball team. I just think it's early, and I hope that we can, show a lot of growth as soon as we start playing basketball on Monday throughout the game.
Last one for me. With everything going on, do you have any injury updates for this first game?
Yeah, well, we're hopeful that Kat will be able to play. She practiced today and looked pretty good. And also Lana is better. She practiced today, so that's good as well. JoJo will not play, and Bree will not play, but I'm hopeful that Bree will be back in the next week.
Coach, how would you say you and the girls are feeling overall ahead of the season opener? Like, are y'all feeling excited, nervous, a little bit of both?
Yeah, I think we're excited. I think we're real excited. I think this team is that they've been together a long time already, it feels like, because we got to go to Greece. They're excited about the pieces that we have. They understand that we have depth in every position. So everybody's really excited about just getting on the floor and showing what they have. Also, just the returners that we have, now they know what Lady Raider basketball is about. They understand what the Big 12 is about. So I think they know that they let some games slip away last year, and so they're ready to kind of redeem themselves, if you will. But I'm sure there will be some nerves going into it. I think you saw those, especially from our new kids in our exhibition game. But I do think that these kids will settle down and really play hard.
Do you have plans to change the starting five at all? Or are you planning on using the same? starting lineup as y'all used in the exhibition game?
It'll be a day-to-day thing. I mean, we have such great competition, internal competition, that our kids are really fighting for their positions, and it'll kind of go off how they practice as well. So, I don't know yet. This was our first practice since that exhibition game because we had yesterday off, and I think that our kids will will compete for that. And I think it'll also depend on matchups for our opponents. I think that will depend greatly on who starts. I think it's just important that we get off to a good start. And we want to find the right combinations that can get that done.
Yeah, going off what you said about like matchups, is there a player on Texas A&M's Corpus Christi's squad that you kind of keeping an eye out for?
They've got a couple, to be quite honest. They're pretty rounded, and they're very deep, and they're experienced. I'm not going to know their names, but I can tell you, their positions. They've got a point guard that's really heady that we're going to have to control. They've got a 3-4 player that's their leading scorer that is very dangerous. I think she can play in a variety of ways and is kind of a mismatch for us. And then their post player is averaged a double-double last year, so she can really rebound the ball well. So that's a concern of mine for sure, just because as a team they rebound the ball really well too. So we're going to have to really find a body and put them on them and put another body on them and box them out and control the boards. It's going to be a tough game for us.
Coach, what do you remember from your collegiate debut that you can kind of use to help prepare some of the younger girls on the team?
Yeah. I just remember it was hard. Like, your first shot it can't determine if you're going to be on or not. And I think that's really important for shooters to know, that they've got to come out and they've got to be confident, and that's what warm up is for. So hopefully they'll get those jitters out. But man, the first time they shoot it, whether it's a make or a miss, like, you just got to keep playing and not let that get in your head. So I think just if they're not playing up to speed the way that they want to, maybe offensively, that they find that rhythm on defense. And we've really encouraged them to do that this year because we think we can create some offense out of our defense. So hopefully they'll buy into that.
And we're coming up on the 30-year anniversary of the national championship team. Do you ever talk about that team to your girls and kind of try to motivate them to get the program back up to that level?
For sure, yeah. I mean, that's absolutely the goal, and that's where they want to be as well. And I don't think that they would have came to Texas Tech if they didn't think that they could win a national championship. I'm living proof that they can do it, and that somebody can do it that's standing right in front of them and that's from this area and went to this school. So we talk about it a lot, and we try to introduce them to a lot of the players. We've actually been kind of introducing them to several former Lady Raiders over the past 10 weeks to just teach them about the tradition and the legacy that's been left here. And they all are very excited about the opportunity to bring another championship home, and that's our goal. So I definitely think that the 30-year reunion is going to be a great experience for our current team to see what can happen at Texas Tech.
You talked about the 93 team, and then, last tournament team was 13, obviously coming up on the 22-23 year. What's kind of the goal for this season? And obviously, how special would it be to return back to the NCAA tournament, with the, again, 93, 13, and then 23?
Yeah. I mean, our goals every year are going to be to win championships, and we want to get in the postseason, and once you get in the postseason, then it's anybody's ball game. I mean, that's what it's all about. But we certainly want to be a tournament team. I think we want to compete at a high level in the Big 12. I think we showed last year that we can compete at that level, and we upset some people on their home courts and even at home here that made the tournament. So I know, we all know that the Big 12 is very well respected in women's basketball. And, for them to get 5 or 6 teams in the tournament is not unheard of. And we certainly want to be one of those teams. So our goal is to be the very best team that we can be and get better every single day and find a way to get in the NCAA tournament.
Coach, this program, along with the men's program, one of 5 teams in the country to have both programs in the top 20 in attendance. What does that say about Lady Raider and Red Raider Nation, and what is kind of your message to the fan base as the season gets going with a big doubleheader on Monday?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super proud of the fact that, Red Raider Nation always shows up and shows out for any sporting event. I mean, I think we lead the nation or in the top 10, whatever it might be, in almost every primary sport for sure. And I think it's super important to know that we need that. We need the help from our fan base. That's something we sell in recruiting is how special our fan base is, and that they'll come out and support not only women's basketball but all the teams. But we certainly need that home court advantage, and I think we've done a really good job of getting out in the community and trying to introduce our kids to the community. I've been speaking all over the place, trying to sell season tickets and just get people to come out and give us a chance, because these girls play really, really hard. They work really hard. And I have seen what a great fan base can do for teams, and then I also have seen what great teams can do for a fan base. So I certainly hope that they will come out. Monday night's a great opportunity for them to see both us and the men on the same night, and to pack this place and to make a statement that Red Raider Nation's here to stay.
Anything else for Coach? All right, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for waiting around.